Hi guys, welcome back. It's Monday, October 5th, 2020, and we are writing our conclusions today. So your objective is I can write a conclusion to my informative essay. And how you know you're successful and have written a good conclusion when you can rephrase your thesis or your controlling statement, summarize your main points, and end your conclusion paragraph with one final thought. So don't forget to do the check-in if you haven't done that already. If you're in person, you'll do the Socrative, but if you are at home or a full-time virtual student, there's a Google form for you to fill out. So fill that out first, or hopefully you've already done that, and let's get to the lesson. Where we should be at in our calendar is the conclusion. We're going to do a small little mini lesson, and then it's your job to type it in the little document that is attached to the informative essay module. So conclusion paragraph, what is it? It's the final paragraph of the essay that brings the essay to a closing. So you'll see the example here. And we're going to go through each part of the conclusion so that you have a clear understanding of how to piece all of this together. So I will read it. It says, clearly, Halloween is still a holiday that people love because of the long-standing traditions in Ireland, Mexico, and Italy. Where did we hear that before? Oh, we heard it in our thesis. It's just worded a little differently. So that's what you want to do in your conclusion. You want to word it differently, but still have the same meaning. This holiday is celebrated all over the world in many different ways, from honoring the dead with altars to playing games and trick-or-treating. Everyone has a tradition. Halloween will be a holiday to be celebrated for years to come. So let's go to the next slide and break this apart real fast. You'll also see this on your slideshow, so you can refer back to it as many times as you'd like. You'll see that we've started with a transition, just like we did with all of our other ones. In this case, we used clearly. I know a lot of times we like to use in conclusion because that's the easiest one, and that's fine. If you're stuck and want to be a little more creative or use something different, you can click on this list here for a list of transitions again. So that's always there for you to use. You'll notice in the green here, and I've already mentioned this before, that this is rephrasing the thesis. It's not exactly the same, so don't go to your introduction and copy and paste that in because it should sound a little bit differently, but still have the same meaning behind it. Then you'll notice in the blue, you're going to summarize your main points. So I'm talking about holidays and how they're celebrated around the world in many different ways. And then in the second sentence with the summarizing points, I talk about how they honor the dead, playing games, trick-or-treating. So what I've done is I've pulled a little something from each country here just to summarize what I talked about mainly in those paragraphs. And then you'll see in this pink highlight that it's one final thought. It's not an opinion. It's not a question. It's just one final thing to end it all. And that's what you do to make a conclusion. Okay. So take a look at this like you've seen every other example paragraph and write like that. It should look similar with the structure. It should be set up very similar to what this one is set up as. And a conclusion is very easy if you've already written every other piece. So again, this one is on your slideshow, and you'll see the success criteria down here. You'll know that you have a good conclusion sentence, and this is how you're going to be graded. If you have your transition, rephrase your thesis, you can summarize your main points, and then end your conclusion with a final thought. You'll notice that this is not a very long paragraph. It's only a few sentences, and that's all yours needs to be too. So don't ramble on. You're trying to end it. Keep it simple. So your objective, once again, is writing a conclusion to your informative essay. We are almost done, so make sure you're caught up, and this is where you should be today. Have a great day.